Hello, welcome back to Brock's Basement. This is going to be my comic book pull list for the week of November 29th. Sorry, November 29th, 2023. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Um, Mine was okay. I cooked some food, didn't completely butcher it. I did burn the bottom of the croissants though, but hey, what can you do? But it was a nice meal, just me and the kids. But I did have an okay time. I worked a lot over the break. Um, yeah, I had the weekend off at the end of break, which was this past weekend, which was nice, but I had to take care of a couple things. Uh, so yeah. I did watch Napoleon last week. It was okay. It's a Ridley Scott movie, so if you like big epic grandeur and all that, it's there. But I think there's probably a director's cut, but we'll see. It was okay. But you're not here for that. You're here for my comic book pull list for the week. So, um, fairly light. It was a light week. I put all the books on the shelf at Comics Conspiracy tonight, so we didn't fill everything up, which is good. Um, so yeah, so it's a lighter week, which is nice. But yeah, end of the month there's always, especially on these 5 week months, man. Yeah, let's get right into it. First up, we have Action Comics number 1059. I'm not caught up. No way, nowhere near. This is weird. Sorry, the plastics a little weird in the corner, but I fixed it. Yeah, action's been like it was okay. I think I'm in the 1040s. I did finish the War World stuff, so I just need to sit down and plow through it. I have been getting caught up on a handful of things. I did get caught up with a little more Harley Quinn. I'm in the 20s now. Woohoo! I just finished Task Force Z. I'm almost done with Teen Titans Academy. Yes, I know these are old titles, but I'm just trying to plow through as much as I can using the DC Infinite app, um, and which is coming really handy. My renewal's up soon, and I think it's wigging out because I renewed at the end of November last year because they were doing the it was kind of the launch, and they were like, well, if you get the ultimate and you never unsubscribe, you get it for 99.99 or basically $100. And so it's 120 for that now. Um, but it's 99.99 for me, so I'm just waiting for it to renew. But I think it auto gave me a week or something. I have no idea what's going on with it, so we'll see. But I have used it to read at least 150 books, single issue comics this year. So, knocking it down from 50 cents a book to, a little less. If I can get to 200 by next, the end of the month, next week, which I should be able to, it'll only be like, sorry, it would be 50 cents a book once I get to 200. But right now it's $1 per book. So I'm trying to get it down 75 cents right now. So think I can make it to 50 cents a book, which is not a bad deal. Like, in the grand scheme of things, if you're reading that many titles, 50 cents a book is not that bad to read it digitally. And the more you read, the cheaper each one gets. So, I'm most likely going to keep doing this through, God knows when. But yeah, that's a tangent. Let's keep going with the pull list. Next up, we have Batman: The Brave and the Bold, number 7. I'm not caught up. I need to. I read the first issue. I was like, okay, cool, and then I just haven't. I need to just sit down and read them. Next up, we have Batman '89 Echoes, number 1. Ham should know his name. Interviewed him on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. Sam Ham, the writer of Batman, who I've had the pleasure of talking with on the podcast. Wrote the script for Batman 89 Echoes. New Batman 89 universe stuff out in comic books. Go check it out. I like the first one. I like the Superman one. Second Superman one's been pretty good, so can't wait to do this one. Next up we have Berserker Fallen Empire one shot. I need to I think there's two one shots I need to get through for Berserker, but I'm caught up with that one. So yeah. The Independence I kind of try and plow through as much as I can. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1078. I am not on this. I am 30 some odd issues out. I did get caught up with Detective. I did get caught up with Fear State. So I finished Fear State. So Batman, I'm caught up with Fear State. Catwoman, I'm caught up with Fear State. Nightwing, I'm caught up with Fear State. Detective, I'm caught up with Fear State. And there's probably one I'm forgetting, but I'm caught up to Fear State. So, woohoo, making progress. Next up, we have Edenwood number 2, the Tony S. Daniel book from Image. The first issue was interesting, so I'm going to see where issue 2 goes. I'm not sure if it doesn't grab me. I'm honestly going to just cut it from the pull list. I'm having to make trims here and there. But yeah. Next up, we have Green Arrow number 6. Probably dealing with vertigo by the thing. The first issue was good, so again, just got to get caught up with it. Next up, the last issue of the series I'm going to be getting, even though I think it's continuing, and that's Grimm number 15. I stuck with it, and then it was okay at the beginning, and then I didn't read for a while, read a whole bunch, and then I kind of just was like, all right, this is a good stopping point, so I'm most likely stopping here. It's not that I don't like the book, it's just it's not grabbing me how it did, and so yeah, but that's why Purge. Speaking of Harley Quinn, issue number 34 is out this week. Yeah, so 34. I'm up to 23, so getting there, almost there. Woohoo! Yep. Next up, we have Penguin number 4. Funny enough, this is a Tom King book I have not started yet. There's a 0 issue by Chip Zdarsky, and then it goes to issue 1 with Tom King, but I'm not yet reading it. I don't know why. So I need to just sit down and get to reading the Penguin. Next up is Power Girl number 3. I've actually read issues 1 and 2. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see where 3 goes. But it's a really, really solid read from Joshua Williamson. Next up is Sirens of the City. What issue is this? 5. Issue 5. This is really good. I've really enjoyed it. It's really just a solid book. It's a breath of fresh air from Boom. Yeah. Next up is Something Is Killing the Children, number 35. I need to get caught up to 35. I'm only a handful of issues behind, but the Something Is Killing the Children universe is getting a little stale for me. I did get caught up with. Sorry, the pile is shifting. I did get caught up with House of Slaughter. It's fine. It's definitely not the same par that Something Is Killing the Children is, but they don't kill contenders. And finally, we have Titans Beast World number 1. I'm actually caught up with Titans. Finished reading issue 5, I believe, and that leads into this Titans Beast World. So I'm going to try and stay on top of this event. So yeah, but that's it. That's it for my full list. Next up is variants. I grabbed the Gillian March variant for Batman Brave and the Bold number 7, because of course Catwoman's on the cover. Picked up the Jenny Frison Harley Quinn cover. Not my favorite from Frison, but it's there. Not too bad. They did have a holiday one for Harley Quinn at number 34, and this one's for Art Germ. It's one of these holiday covers that you cut the thing out, fold it out, and send it out, but I wouldn't do that. Yeah. But yeah, Art Germ, pretty cool. Power Girl, I picked up the Gillian March cover for Power Girl. Sirens of the City had a Tula Lotte cover. I picked up for issue 5. And Something Is Killing the Children 34? 34? I don't know, the numbers aren't on the stupid thing. Yeah, 35, sorry. I'm 35. So I picked up, I believe, the unlockable variant here. I thought that one was interesting. And of course, whatever these mask variants are, so I picked that one up. And of course, Titans Beast World had an Art Germ cover with Donna Troy on there, so I snagged that one up as well. So yeah, so that's it for the variant covers for this week. And that's it. No trades. Miraculously, no trades. Oh my god, it's so many trades at the end of the year. It's disgusting. I did get some. I did pre-order a couple things. Something came out last week. I ended up not getting it till Friday. But it came out last week, and that is the Expanse on Blu-ray, the complete series, all 6 seasons. So I snagged this bad boy up. You cannot tell up here. This is all the Expanse books. I like the Expanse. So yeah, so I decided to get the physical media of the Expanse. So there it is. It was, I mean, it was 70 bucks. I think it was 70 bucks. I don't know. It probably got up for a little bit, maybe 60, 70 even. So not too bad, but yeah, super stoked to have the Expanse. And the other TV show that actually comes out today, which I got earlier today, and that is, this one's in 4K. But yeah, I just have to have it in 4K because it's amazing. And that is Netflix The Sandman. Woohoo! Sandman's out. Ooh, yes. So now I have a physical copy of Sandman. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with streaming. There's people who've had better arguments than me for it. Physical media has kind of died out in the sense of just how burnt out I think my generation is with the shifts from certain media to certain other media to other media. I mean, I started out basically with Betamax and VHS. VHS obviously won. I had VHS for a long time. Then we came out with DVD, but when DVD came out, I think it was DivX. It was DivX or HD DVD. I can't remember. They were competing, and then DVD became the standard. So you got DVD, and then Blu-ray came along, and then there's now 4K. So in my lifetime, 44 years, we've had, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and now 4K, and they're like 8K or I don't know. I have no idea. But that's a lot of stuff to transition and change over. And once you kind of went to DVD and Blu-ray, those things kind of became okay to watch no matter what or how old it was. So I still have a fair amount of my DVDs. I kept those. But my Blu-ray collection is really cult. It's really cult. What am I for? I don't buy everything. I used to buy everything on DVD, and then now I'm kind of just cultivating the collection that I want in Blu-ray. I have a lot of the comic book stuff, even though that is now transitioning to 4K. I'm not necessarily going to go back and get everything in 4K, unless there's some grandiose, decent set down the road, at least for the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. But there's kind of a cutoff point. I think that's from COVID on is pretty much what I've been getting in 4K. So yeah, but the physical media and the streaming, all that stuff, you know, like the streaming is the at least streaming people, like studios and streaming people and all that, have really shown that we're just going back to cable. Like what we wanted out of cable is what streaming has now become. Like it was, oh, now that's it, but everyone's pushing ads because now they're not making any money and blah blah blah. Like, look, they're making money hand over fist, regardless of what anybody says. Like, if you have a million people, only a million people subscribing at $20, that's $20 million. That's a lot in a month, like in 1 month. Like, so yeah, so there's, however that stuff needs to get figured out, just how it gets figured out. But I've always kind of had this idea that I liked the HBO model when it was on cable, where it had kind of a good mix of stuff. And I think this kind of leads into the industry I've been in with comic books and a little bit into gaming and magic and stuff. Like, why does a lot of these streaming companies just keep everything on the streaming platform and have stuff that's like core that stays around no matter what because it's popular and it draws people to the service, and then you have your stuff that rotates in and out. So you have stuff rotate in and out. Like Halloween is a great example of that. Like that month, all Halloween or horror or whatever kind of filters into the streaming service, and you have quarterly or however you want to do it, monthly, quarterly, every half year, whatever. You have stuff rotating in, and then you have you know stuff that's just always there. It might not necessarily be available for the service, but I mean, if I'm paying for a service and there's a movie that I want to watch and it's on the platform, charge like a small amount, $1 to rent it. or watch it. Like, it's your own streaming service. You can control that. Like, I don't mind paying for a good library that I can have access to for the money that I pay for. But if you're just gonna be taking stuff off Willow, like I missed out on Willow on Disney Plus because I just wasn't watching anything and I didn't get to it, and they took it off the streaming service in the year. Like, that's ridiculous. So I don't know. Stuff needs to be done. I've even heard the idea that if streaming services or studios want to shelve something or not release something, like, Batgirl or that whole thing with Wile E. Coyote, like, if they don't want to release it or they don't want to have it up, then guess what? It becomes public domain. I think that's pretty interesting. So I don't know. That's a rant. Sorry, but yeah. So I've been trying to pick up a little bit more physical media than normal. I know Disney Plus has started to put up the physical copies of like Loki and the Star Wars stuff, but I'm kind of holding off on those because I think I'm again buying all of this stuff over and over again. I'm just waiting for like something like this. Give me a set. Like, that's where I'm at. Sandman, different thing because it's Sandman. But yeah, and that's it. Um, Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're picking up. Let me know what your Thanksgiving was or your holiday is. All that wonderful stuff. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just recorded episode 601. I know, over 600 episodes. It's ridiculous, and we keep going. We actually had a long one on that. We had a long discussion on kind of some. Kevin and Lane and Toby went to Fan Expo in San Francisco this year. I did not go with my kids this year just because the guest roster wasn't there. It was mainly kind of a Star Wars celebrity con, which is fine, but I didn't really feel like going and seeing anyone. Mark Hamill was absolutely bonkers expensive. And the only creator or celebrity I would want to see would have been Tara Strong. But again, going up from one doesn't really make it worth it. The first year I went, I was going for a couple people, but somebody had like one. I think one had to cancel, and that's fine. Like, if it's a cancellation, it's late. Like, I get it, I understand. So it's not a total loss. But there was also comic book creators I wanted to see in that first year. This year there wasn't as many that I wanted to go see. So maybe next year. I think I'll probably skip this year, see how next year is. But I heard it was okay. It was good. But you can check out the podcast for that. There's a link in the description below. And we also talked about like the comic book industry dying and all this stuff. Like, the comic book store owners are just ridiculous in their doom and gloom and blaming everybody but themselves about things. Um, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's weird. Comics aren't dying; they're growing. It might seem like they're dying because the things aren't being published. 40-year-old white guys want, but I don't need everything. There's too much for me. Print stuff. Yeah, check it out. Link in the description below for that. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It does help out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly. Any of the Amazon links in the description below. This week, I don't have any graphic novels, so I'll probably just link up to The Expanse Blu-ray set and the Sandman 4K, so you can check those out. And as always, my two picks for the year that people need to just grab a copy of is that Many Deaths of Layla Starr Deluxe and the Wonder Woman Historia hardcover. Those two are fantastic. You don't necessarily need to get the deluxe of the Many Deaths of Layla Starr, but you can at least get the soft cover. But link in the description for that. That helps me out getting stuff off of Amazon. So thank you to those who click that and buy something. And also, you can help me out by heading over to my eBay page where I'm constantly listing stuff and purging. I got a bunch of stuff relisted and some new stuff put up this past weekend. Hopefully, since I plowed through a handful of things, I'll have a couple more items up starting this Sunday. My listings always end around, or they should end around 3:30 on Sunday Pacific Standard Time. And so yeah, so if there's something up, keep checking back. I'm constantly adding stuff. There's literally a little pile over here of stuff I still need to add that I pulled off the shelves, and I got I'm reading stuff using that DC Infinite app. So I already yanked off one mini series I need to pull, and I got the Task Force Z I got to pull, and so yeah, there's gonna be some stuff up there. Check that out. My eBay page, link in the description below for that, or you can just look at Brock's Basement on eBay. What else? You can follow me on Bluesky. All the old videos are no longer valid unless I look on the comment section while I'm loading this and somebody said something. But otherwise, this one's a new one for a Bluesky code. I mean, I got 5 of them. I'm trying to get rid of them. Nobody seems to want them. But hey, still try it. I am on Twitter at brocksager, both brocksager at Bluesky and brocksager for Twitter. And yeah, you know. We were featured on a creator. I can't remember her name. I think it's Cat something. On the top 10 list for Kickstarters. I'll attach a link to their Substack list. But we managed to be one of the, I think, top one for Meanwhile, a comic shop by Anthology, one that I have a short story drawn by Lane Terasaki. So yeah, so if you would like to grab a copy, you can still grab one. There's plenty available. You can either get the Veronica fish cover or the Allison Samsung cover right there. There's not so many of the Samsung. That's the one we printed less of. But yeah, go to comicsconspiracy.biz. You can grab it there and order it direct from us, and we'll ship it out to you. It is also available on eBay. There's links in the description below, so that'll help you. But yeah, it was cool that we were featured in a top 10 list for 2023. So check that out. I'm tired. And what else? You guys, it's 22 minutes. Oh man, that's a long one. I don't really got anything else. I'm probably forgetting something. I don't know. Something. I don't know. I'm looking around. No, I don't think I'm forgetting. Yeah. So hope everyone is safe. Hope the Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Giving Tuesday didn't destroy everybody's wallet, which it probably did. But thanks as usual for watching, and I will see you guys next week.